Hello Year 1 and welcome back to another maths lesson. So yesterday we were thinking about comparing groups of objects, weren't we? So as you can see on the board for our review section of our maths session, we have got a question from yesterday where we were looking at two groups. We've got two lots of tens frames. We've got one on this side and one on this side. We had to find out what the number was on one side, find out what the number on the other side is, and then use our comparative language, our more than, less than, or equal to pop in the middle to make it a sentence, okay? So this morning, I'd like you to think about what might go in the middle of these two pictures, okay? More than, less than, or equal to. So you don't need to write this one down and just have a chat with whoever is at home with you, or just have a think about it yourself. Okay, so pause the video and have a quick go at that and then we'll talk about it together. Brilliant. Okay, so we did do this question yesterday. So we counted in our tens and ones to find out how many we have here. So you've got 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 on my left side. And on my right side, we know we've got two full tens frames. We've got 10 and 10, and we know that double 10 is 20. So we've got 18 on my left, 20 on the right, and we are going to put in the middle, 18 is less than 20. Fantastic. Okay, so that was yesterday's learning. So let's move on to today. So we're going to still be doing comparisons. So we're going to be comparing, but this time we're not going to have groups of objects. It's just going to be the numbers. Okay, so we're going to start off by thinking about numbers which are big and numbers which are small. Okay, so here I have got 4 numbers. Now, can you see I've called this question 1 up here. So when you're doing your work in your maths book today, you might like to put question 1 next to it so that when I'm looking at it on class day, I know which question you are answering. Okay, so question 1 is asking us which is the biggest number. So there are 4 numbers on the screen, but 2 of them are words and 2 of them are the numerals. Okay, so you need to have a little think about what numbers these 2 are. You can see these ones, but you need to have a read of these ones. Okay, so your job is just to write down for me which one of those 4 numbers is the biggest. You only need to write one number, and if it's the word, you need to write the word, and if it's the number, you need to write the number, okay? So pause the video and write down for me which is the biggest number. Okay, fantastic. So hopefully you have looked at all these numbers. We've got the number 12 here. Now this one's a word, so we had to read this one. 16, so you've got the number 16 here. I'm going to write that as the numeral as well. Now this one's a bit more tricky. We've got an I split digraph in this word. 19. Okay, that's a bit of a tricky one. I'm going to write that numeral. Okay, and then we've also got the number 14. Brilliant. So hopefully you have told me that the biggest number out of those 4 is this one, number 19. Fantastic. Right, let's move on to the next one. This is question 2, so you could always write that one down in your book so that I can see. This time it's asking us for the what. What can you see about this word? It's the smallest number. Okay, so have a read of these 4 numbers. Which one is the smallest? Write down the smallest number, please. So pause the video and write down the smallest one. Brilliant. Okay, now they're quite tricky to read, these words, aren't they? So this one, hopefully you can see that this is the number 11. Okay, so I'm going to write the number 11 as a numeral. But the number 11, we've got the number 14, we've got the number 17, and this one, 13. So which number is the smallest number this time? That's right, the smallest number is 11. Fantastic. Right, question 3, a little bit more tricky. It's asking us again, what is the biggest number? But this time, instead of having the number written as a word, I've got it written in its tens and ones. So you need to have a think, what number is this? 1 10 and 4 ones. Okay, and there's another one here. So have a look at those 4 numbers. Exactly the same thing. Pause the video, write down the biggest number, and then come back to me when you're done. Okay, let's have a look. We've got the number 11. Now 1 10 and 4 ones. What number does that give us? 1 10 and 4 ones gives us the number 14. It gives us the number 14. 1 10, 4 ones is the number 14. Okay, what about this one down here? 1 10 and 2 ones. What number does that give us? Brilliant. That gives us the number 12. 1 10 and 2 ones. And then here we've got the number 16. So out of these 4 numbers, which one is the biggest? That's right, number 16 is the biggest number. Fantastic. Okay, question 4, exactly the same, but this time we're looking for the smallest number again. Fantastic. Okay, so again, I've got some in 10s and 1s. I'm looking for the smallest number. So pause the video and write down the smallest number. Fantastic. Okay, so I have got the number 17. I've got 1 10 and 5 ones. What number does that give me? 1 10 and 5 ones. 15. Brilliant. Okay, down here, we haven't seen this one written down yet, have we? 2 10s and 0 ones. What number does that give us? 2 10s. All the other numbers we've been looking at have only had 1 10, 2 10s and 0 ones. Number 20. 20 has got 2 10s, hasn't it? And it's got 0 ones. And finally, we've got the number 13. So out of those 4 numbers, which is the smallest number? That's right, the smallest number is 13. Brilliant, okay. Right, question 5. We are thinking now about using our more than and less than symbols. And we did, when we started learning about this, right at the start of year 1, we called it Charlie Crocodile, didn't we? And we said, what number does Charlie Crocodile eat? Maybe you could tell somebody who's at home with you, what number does Charlie Crocodile eat? He eats the biggest number, doesn't he? He's got a big mouth and he always wants to be eating the biggest number. Okay, now we need to start to be calling them the more than and less than sign, but we can still keep Charlie Crocodile in our head when we are putting it in the correct place. So what we've got here is 4 sets of numbers. So these are a pair, these are a pair, these are a pair, and these are a pair, okay? And your job is to write down the numbers and leave a space in between them so that then you can go and put the correct more than or less than symbol. So the biggest part of the symbol is facing the biggest number. Okay, so you need to write down the numbers and then think about which symbol you're going to put in the middle. So pause the video to do that and then we will have a little think together. Fantastic. Okay, so let's start off with our first 2 numbers. We've got 13. How many 10s and how many 1s in 13? That's right, 1 10 and 3 ones. And we've got 17 with 1 10 and 7 ones. So which one of those 2 numbers is the biggest? 17 is the biggest number. So that means I need my sign to be facing 17. Okay, so I'm going to put it in the middle. The biggest part of my sign is facing 17. So what would my sentence be? If I was to read this like a sentence, what would I say? Pause the video and have a little chat. That's right, so I would say 13 is less than 17. So we're using that same language that we were using yesterday to compare those 2 numbers. Brilliant, so 13 is less than 17. Right, we're on to the next one now. 18 and 14, which is the biggest number out of 18 and 14. 18 is the biggest number, so I'm going to put my sign in the middle. The biggest part is facing the number 18 because it's the biggest number. What is my sentence for this one? Pause the video and have a chat. What is my sentence? Brilliant. 18 is more than 14. Super. Right. 16 and 19. Which one of these numbers is the biggest? Where is my sign going to be facing? Number 19 is the biggest. So the biggest part is facing the biggest number. So again, pause the video. What is this sentence? Brilliant. 16 is less than 19. It's a smaller number, so 16 is less than 19. When you've got the small section first, it's going to be less than. And when you've got the big section first, it's going to be more than. Brilliant. Last one, I've got the number 20 and I've got the number 11, which is the biggest number out of 20 and 11. The number 20, of course. Oh, that's not a sign, is it? That's a question mark. There we go. Okay, so 20 is what than 11? Remember where the sign is. Pause the video and have a chat. Brilliant. 20 is more than 11. Fantastic, really great job. So that's our final question, but I have got a little maths challenge. You know we like to have a maths challenge in year 1. So here you've got the numbers written out in tens and ones. Okay, so one number is in tens and ones and one number is just the numeral. Okay, so you're going to be comparing, if you are feeling up for the challenge, you're going to compare this number with this number. Then this one, this one, this one, with this one, and this one with this one. Okay, so let's do the first one together. So I've got 1, 10 and 2 ones. What number will that give me? 1, 10 and 2 ones. That'll give me the number 12, won't it? 1, 10 and 2 ones. And on this side I've got the number 17. So which is the biggest number? 17 is the biggest number, so the biggest part of my symbol is going to be facing 17. 12 is less than 17. Brilliant, okay. So if you're going to complete the math challenge, there are 3 other ones to have a go at. So I'm just going to delete those in case you want to do the first one as well. So pause the video on this page if you're going to do the maths challenge, and then we will talk about them at the end. Okay. Brilliant. So let's have a look. There we go. We've done that one already. So 12 is less than 17. Well, on this one now, we've got number 18 here. 1, 10 and 3 ones. That gives us the number 13. 18 is more than 13. Brilliant. This one, we've looked at this one already, haven't we? 2 10s and 0 ones gives us the number 20. So 20 on that side, 19 on this side. 20 is, oh, hang on, 20 is more than 19. Brilliant. And finally, I've got 20 on this side, and I've got 1, 10 and 6 ones, which gives me the number 16. Okay, so 20 is more than 16. Brilliant. Well done if you challenged yourself today with the extra maths challenge. A fantastic job. I really look forward to seeing all your maths work on Class Dojo. Have a great day, everybody, and I'll see you later. Bye.